Ai, ai. It starts with one thing, I don't know why. It doesn't ever matter how hard to try. Keep that in mind, I just ride my turns playing a good time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. While the flying by, I just spend a swing. What count down to the end of the day, the clock ticks like way. It's so over. You look up below, while the time goes around the window. And won't you come? Ai, ai, ai. What's up, everybody? Welcome once again to one more video here on my channel, glimailustra. And yeah, guys, it's been a long time since I record a video for my channel. I think it's been almost 4 months, 5 months since I record the last process video that you are watching or watched on this channel. I think is the character design, Zeitgeist character design 17. So I expect this one to be, the 18. And yeah, so that's it. Since it's been a long time since I record a video in English, bear with me if I if I don't make too much sense with my sentence in this video. So yeah, because it's been a long time since I record something in English, something in general for my channel, because of my everyday life. I have other priorities than my drawings. But yeah, I always try to to how can I say that, to equalize, so to speak, my interests, my everyday interests. But yeah, so welcome once again to my channel. Today I would like to do record another character design process, which is this one here. This one. Hope you guys can see on the video. It's a character design, for my book. Something, as I said, with this past. As I said on the other past videos regarding this new designs that I'm recording in English. Since the third character design 13, so it started as a thumbnail, something around this dimension, something like 3 centimeters per 5 centimeters, and now I'm I put the character on a A5 format, so something around again 14 centimeters per 21 centimeters, so it's a half A4 sheet of paper. And yeah, so I'll try to to develop other things, other parts of this character. And as I did on the previous videos, I will talk things that will come to my mind, that I find relevant, and maybe it will resonate with you guys. I hope so. And yeah, so feel free to leave your feedback, critiques, suggestions on the comment section. I will do my best to answer your comments. And yeah, guys, so I hope everyone is doing well. Everyone's doing fine. I hope everyone is studying, are studying, for whatever you guys are trying to achieve, in your life. Hope everyone is working And and of course, I hope you guys are practice some sort of exercise, you know. And as I said, I'm a runner, amateur runner, so to speak. So not too amateur, you know, in my humble opinion, since I I practice running, you know, since 2021, and I'm recording this video in 2026, so it's almost 5 years, long years that I've been practice running here, next to my house. And this activity changed everything in my life. I always I always mention this in a lot of my videos. I tend to mention this in a lot of my videos, my drawing videos, podcasts, because this was the one of the major starting points, in my life, in my not only my life in general, but in my drawing life, in my drawing career, because of the various benefits that I could achieve, I could acquire from this activity. So physical exercise, especially running, give help me to develop a sense of uh, focus, discipline. It helped me shape me my mentality. So I before this start this kind of activity, I was too much. I have a kind of victimhood mentality, so to speak, and then I start to to own my my responsibilities, so to speak, my life in general. So I start to own my decisions, on my everyday life. So I start to don't not only point the finger to other people for my problems. So it's this victimhood mentality. And here in Brazil, this is too strong, especially on the the I don't know how to say that in English, but in the it's just too strong nowadays. I don't want to enter too much in politics, but it's too strong here. But I think in the future this will diminish. This will it will, how can I say that? This will exist, but uh, in a in a less evident way, so to speak, because I think the next generation, the generation of my my the sons of my brothers, my brother, my sister, how can I say that in English? My nephews, my niece, the generation of them will be a more educated, generation, so to speak. A more, they will be more, how can I say that? More responsible people in the future. I hope so. So I have a kind of hope on the next generations. I have hope on the next generation. I think the world is not ending in a victimhood mentality, in a crabs in the bucket mentality, so to speak. But yeah, guys. So I before I start to practice this activity, I tend to to have this victimhood mentality. I tend to have this kind of animosity toward other people, and especially toward myself. I I I I I I had too much negative thoughts, pessimist thoughts regarding my future, and some and I had a custom is not the correct word, but I how can I say that? I had the routine, so to speak, to relieve uh, my failures, my past failures in my mind every day, and this in this and this posture start to contaminate my mood. So yeah, the thing I tried to say that I was too much pessimist. I didn't have the courage to to fight for my objective, my priorities, my everyday priorities. I think I was in a kind of depression, in that period of time in 2020 2021. I think I was depressed, in a very, not a very deep way, but how can I say that? I have some depressive thoughts. That's the thing that I'm trying to say. And when I start to run, man, it was hard, because I thought that it was easy. No, yeah, guys, just put a any shoes, any pair of socks, any shorts, any t-shirt and whatever. Just go for a run and run wherever until your lungs get explode, and that's run. That's just run. And I how can I say that? But I couldn't be more wrong about this. It's not just you don't you know it's not only how can I say that? It's not too simple. No, it's simple, but it's not too simple. You know, and it's kind of obvious that what I'm about to say, but first and foremost, you need to start walking before you run. You know, especially if you don't have the habit, everyday habit to run long distance. So I start to run, and then I progress to running. I start to walk, and then I progress to running. And yeah, guys, this activity give me everything, especially regarding my mental health. This activity improved my mental health in an enormous amount of you know you know how can I say that way? How to say that? But it changed my whole perception about myself, about my feelings, about my limitations, and this especially in the first months, it put my ego in check, because I thought that was too easy. Just go run, man, just run. It's not too is there that you don't need to know anything special about running to run, so I didn't have any running shoes, any running socks. I still don't have any running socks. I just go with when I go for a run, I just pick a more or less thick socks, just to not get a blister on my feet, my foot, in my in my my foot. And then and I use a kind of cheap running shoes, but is a decent running shoes. It's not a ASICS, it's not a top tier running shoes. It's not something that too fancy. but still a decent, something that is comfortable, which how can I say that? Which permits or which allow me to run in a comfortable way, allow me to run long distance, 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers, 8, 10 kilometers. So it's very comfortable. It's too comfortable, and I like it. It's not too cheap, but it's accessible for someone like me that don't have too much money to afford a ASICs or something too fancy. So it's quite good. The brand is called Olympicus. I don't know if this brand exists in other countries, but yeah, it's quite not too famous, but it's quite common brand here in Brazil. It's a, as far as I know, it's a Brazilian brand. Running shoes. It's kind of they don't produce only running shoes. They produce this brand produce a lot of t-shirts, shorts and other sports clothes as well. And yeah, it's quite good. It's quite comfortable. And as I say, guys, it changed my whole life. It helped me to love more discipline, to stay humble, regarding my limitations, regarding my skills, regarding my my thoughts. I develop a more self conscious, so to speak. And yeah, guys, I really it really changed my whole perception, about my whole life, about myself. So I think it's quite important, you as an artist and as a person in general, to practice any sort of physical exercise. I don't only run. I practice calisthenics, so I do pull-ups, push-ups, dips, and yeah, and others calisthenics exercise as well. When I go for a run. And yeah, guys. So to me, it was a turning point in my life. So I would like to to give this recommendation to you guys, especially if you are a sedentary. I don't know if this word exists in English, but if you're a person that don't have this habit, so maybe you should, especially if you are overweight. You need to, guys. I'm not trying to sound disrespectful to you, but maybe you should start to do some sort of exercise, especially for your mental health, not only for your physical health, but especially for your physical health, because your mental health, it will improve. It will change your mentality. So I give my own example regarding this. So I was too much how can I say that, weak. I was mentally weak. I was too childish. I was too I had this victimhood mentality. So I didn't have any sort of resilience toward my problems. To be honest, I had some sort of resilience, but the exercise, physical exercise, improved this a lot. So I started to to become more confident, more self-aware regarding my my weakness, my strengths and weakness. Not only my physical strengths, not only my physical weakness, but my mental weakness, and my mental weakness, and my mental strengths. So I become more self-aware, regarding my limits, regarding my thoughts. So maybe this will help you too. Maybe you go for a walk, and then with time and discipline you can start to run. Do some kind of lifting. Lift some weights. Go to the gym. And yeah, guys, I can guarantee to you, it will help you a lot, especially if you're an artist. I think I comment something around this on the second podcast on my channel, how to how to stay motivated. So I give my own example. I talk about this, my initiation on this running activity, so in this sport, and I give my own personal example, and how this improve not only my physical mental health, but it gave me more ideas for my drawings, my paintings. So I always had some kind of epiphany when I go for a run, I go for a walk, when I'm doing some sort of calisthenics. And when I go back home, I always feel energized. I always want to create something. I want to put the thing that I acquired, the thought that passed through my mind when I was doing the activity. I always try to write something around it, about it, or draw something about it. And so it's a very productive activity. Something that even if in my 2-day routine, I always try to maintain this activity. I always try to make an effort to still do this activity. And yeah, guys, it's amazing. I can't recommend enough you guys to start some physical exercise. Go for do some sort of fighting sport. Go for a fighting sport. Start a fighting. Not start fighting with people on the streets. No, it's not what I'm trying to say. But start jiu-jitsu classes, Muay Thai classes, box classes, karate classes. Go for it, guys. Maybe you find a new hobby. Maybe you find a new passion in your life, and this thing will improve the other areas of your life as well. Not only your physical and mental health. And yeah, guys, so that's my 2 cents about it. And yeah, let's get back to the drawing. So the main goal with this drawing was to continue practicing my concept art abilities. I just want to put on paper. Just want to develop my characters, not only in a fancy way. Just put something on paper, draw something, talk about some things that come from my mind that I find relevant. Maybe share some kind of wisdom with people. My quite amount of limited wisdom with people. Maybe you guys can benefit with some crazy shit that we share with you here. I hope so. If not, yeah, that's life. But I just want hope for the best. Yeah. And yeah, guys. So I hope you guys can get something from this, from this video, from the other videos on my channel as well. And if not, again, feel free to leave your feedback, your critique. And yeah, guys, that's life. And again, the main goal here was just to practice my concept art skills, character design skills. Just want to put something on paper, just want to chat I want to create something, you know, and yeah, guys, just want to record something. Now I will do the blades. Maybe so. I will try to. Let's see. How can I do this? Something like this. Let's turn the paper a little bit. You know, let's put this thing right here. I need to convey a sense of 3D on this sword. On the character that I did, you know, as a thumbnail. The thumbnail, you know, of this character, the blade feels too much. How can I say that? Not necessarily bland, but you know, one-dimensional, so to speak. It's too flat, you know. So I will try to convey a sense of three-dimensionality here. Let's hope for the best. Let's, you know, establish the dimension here. You know, just again, not rules. You want to put some, you want to draw with too much holes, you know. Here, just want to get something nice. Hope for the best. You know, trying to draw with your, you know, with your arm, your whole arm, especially with when we try to, you know, to do this long lines. You know, don't try to, you know, to use your wrist. Use your, you know, elbow and your, how can I say that in English? I forgot to say ombro. I forgot, how can I say ombro in English? Your, man, I forgot. Shoulder, yeah, your shoulder. You know, draw with your shoulder and your elbow. You know, especially when you're doing these long lines. You know, again, put the pen on paper with a gentle touch. Just a gentle touch, guys. Don't put too much pressure. Do the lines with a gentle touch. Be gentle, guys. Please. It's my first time. And regarding my, you know, the materials, it's still the same, guys. Simple stuff that you can buy in any sort of store. So for just some buckets, you know, some cents. Sorry, I get a cold, so my nose is quite, you know, I don't want to say that, but it's not too good, so to speak. So yeah, here it's kind of a dark sword, a shadow sword, dark sword with a dark flame, you know, coming from it. So let's do this here guys. Again, not fancy stuff. Let's try to draw this, and then I made mistake here. Let's try to draw something here. Again, not too fancy stuff. Draw from your elbow. Materials again, Bic pen. The materials I always put all the materials that I use on the comments and on the description of the videos. But again, if you want to know, feel free to ask me too. on the comment section. But again, big pen, office paper, my hands, and 80 years of diligent practice, drawing practice. I guess let's draw, let's share a little bit. And you guys, are you guys drawing too? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing right now? You guys are studying. You guys are drawing. I have some kind of not sad news, but I start to listen to new things nowadays. I was too much into extreme metal, but nowadays I start to listen more hip hop, especially Kanye West. I know this nowadays, is a kind of a persona non grata in the media, especially regarding the mainstream media, the mainstream musical media. For his speeches, for his persona, but he is still a great artist, guys. You can't deny that. He made graduation. Graduation. It's an amazing album. It's an album that I'm currently spinning a lot. That music. I wonder. It's amazing, guys. The album is amazing. And it's something that occurred to me on the past about happy hip hop in general, especially coming from this music coming from United States, music that were produced in English, people talking English, speaking English, because the English barrier. So I didn't know what these guys were talking, and I didn't like the imagery, toward the musicians at the time. So I have a kind of moral barrier, so to speak, about this music, and of course English, language barrier. But nowadays I think my English skills are far better than were before, and I can appreciate more this kind of this style of music. And I started to listen to Kanye West, or because friends recommendation. I know it, the guy, this musician before, but I didn't pay attention too much. I only know the singles, the musics, the songs that were the most famous songs of this musician. But I didn't stop to listen the albums, or the one album from start to finish. But again, getting back to to graduation, it's an amazing album, guys. So I start to listen. It's an amazing album. I have some cool songs, great songs. I Wonder, Good Morning. The famous one, You're Stronger, which is a co-production with the guys with the Daft Punk and other musicians as well, especially Timbaland, which made the beats of the music, and the music become famous, because of the not only because the beat, but it was something that was it was a turning point, so to speak, about this music. So the participation of this producer Timbaland was crucial for the success of this song, it's amazing music, amazing song. Heartless is great too, another single. And guys, other songs as well, other musics as well. Other album that it's amazing album is his comeback album, my dark twist, my dark twists, my dark twist fantasy days, my dark twisted fantasy. You know, it's an amazing album too, guys. A lot of feats, a lot of collaboration with other hip hop artists. You know, it's a great album, man. So I'm kind of addicted to Kanye West, and I've been listening to this, especially these two albums, in non stop. You know, almost every day for the past 1.5 months. So I'm recording this video on June 8 June 2026. So I've been listening to Kanye West since late April, early May of 2016. You know, 2016. No, 2026. So yeah, guys, I've been kind of addicted. So you know, I think he is preparing to, you know, to publish other album this year. He already, you know, published the new video single, you know, for the new album, new song. So yeah, it's a great song, quite short, a great song. And yeah, guys, so I'm kind of addicted. So I'm the other thing that I want to do when I discover a new artist, a new band, especially a new band. Yeah? So the thing that I was speaking, but I didn't finish about it. So was I'm coming from the metal, extreme metal genre. So for the past 8 years, I've been almost 10 years. Yeah, 10 years since 2016. I've been, you know, only listening to metal, extreme metal, you know, death metal, black metal, doom, progressive metal, and other, you know, hard rock, you know. So yeah, and I didn't bother too much to listen to other genres as well, but I listened to, you know, how can I say that, electronic music, you know, too in this meantime. But I always prefer to in this meantime to listen to extreme metal, you know, death, black, doom, progressive metal. So yeah, because it was the type of music that resonates to me, you know, to my feelings for the period, you know, this period of time. And nowadays, I'm starting to listen to hip hop too, you know. So yeah, guys. So because I think I in other, how can I say that, another phase, another segment of my life. So I will be 30 years old. 30 years old in almost 1 month. And yeah, guys. So I and a lot of things, you know, happened to me in this process since I was 29. Since since my last birthday, and you know, a lot of good things. You know, thank God, good things had happened to me in this meantime since my last birthday on the past year, and I'm too grateful, especially to God and my family too, because of all the blessings that have been happening to my life in this meantime. And you know, in my perspective, every major, when we as a person start to live any major change in our lives, in our lives, we start to, how can I say that? To start to develop a process of self, not self awareness, but a process of self knowledge. I don't know how to say that, but we start to how can I say that? To recycle some thoughts, some things that we take for granted in our life, and we start to throw away some thoughts, some postures, some attitudes that we had when we were that we have to just to grow, to make space to good things, to other things that are enter in your life, so to speak. I don't know if I could made I don't know if you guys could understand what I'm trying to say, but so since I'm in this, I'm changing, all of my personal tastes are changing, my professional my career are changing. So I'm not trying to work as a how can I say that, a full-time artist at the moment, but I still, as I said on the beginning of the video, I still try to draw every day, to make an effort to draw every day, to produce something every day, because one of my main projects, my life projects, it's write a book, write and illustrate a book, and I'm doing this. I do this two. I do a big effort to accomplish this every day. These two main activities, drawing and write my book, and I think I'm doing good, But again, I need to be self-aware. I need to be self-conscious about my responsibilities, about my how can I say that, my current life, So my parents are getting older. I'm getting older, and I need to be more mature. How can I be? Yeah, how can I say that? I need to don't want to think about me, but I need to think about my parents too. They are getting old. They need some kind of someone to take care of them, and and the drawing is not paying the bills. So I need to have this the other source of income to help them. And I'm in a new job, daily job. They are paying the bills. So yeah, I need to be more responsible about this job, about the thing that are paying the bills. Even if it's not it's not my dream. It's not something that I'm doing because I love, but it's something that I do that pay the bills, and it's kind of easy to me, because easy because I put the effort, I put the time to get good, or at least to develop some basic knowledge, uh, 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 technical and practical, theoretical and technical, practical knowledge to do this, to do it. And yeah, so yeah, that's life, guys. So I'm not abandoning. I'm not, I'm not. I will not stop drawing. It's something that I will never do. You know, at least as far as God allow me to pick a pencil, pick a pen, and to draw, I will draw till I die, because I love this. Even if I'm not too good, in the eyes of some kind of audience, some kind of people, I still like. This is kind of a therapy. It's something that I like. As I said, I have a book. I'm currently working on. I'm drawing, in painting. I'm drawing and writing, characters from that book, even if, I still like guys. I still like this, and it's my passion, but it's not paying the bills. So I need to be self-aware. I need to be mature enough to focus on things that are more relevant to me and for the people that I love. So where Kanye West enter in this situation? Because I think I'm kind of I'm shifting my mentality. I'm shifting my personal taste, and again, this shifting, in mentality, not too much, because my values, my moral is still the same since I was a child. I kind of consider me. I think I'm kind of Catholic, so I have, Catholic morals. You know, so yeah, and I consider myself Catholic too. Even if I draw creatures, monsters, aliens, demons, but I think I'm Catholic. You know, you know. And to be honest, if you study the Christian mythology, you will see some kind of monsters as well. So it's okay. In the whole descriptions. But anyway, so yeah, guys. So I'm getting old, so I'm thinking more about my mortality. I'm thinking more about my parents' mortality. I'm thinking about the yeah, a lot of things, guys, but not in a in a how can I say that, in a anxious way, but in a more mature way, in a way that I can in a way that I can prepare me and prepare my parents, when the way that I can, how can I say that, study and work to achieve the resources to help my parents and help me in the difficult situations. So that's, so I'm thinking about my future, especially my, in the financial aspects, and yeah. So I'm shifting my mentality and shifting my personal taste, regarding art, regarding music, I'm getting back to animation. So I'm start to read manga. To be honest, I stopped it because of my daily job and because of my the course that I'm doing, the administration course that I'm doing, But I was reading, what was the manga that I was reading? Guys, I forgot. I was reading. It's not Air Gear. It's other manga. I forgot the name. Heart Gear. I think that's the name of the manga. It's not the one with bikes and a heart gear. I think it's something like this. The great manga, quite good drawings, quite good characters, and yeah. But I stopped it. Yeah, nice. It's amazing, guys. I like mangas, but I don't have too much time nowadays to how can I say that? To read, too much manga, but I like the art. I like the I have a huge respect for all the mangakas and all the people that are behind animation. You know, Takehiko Inoue it's one of my favorite uh, mangaka's favorite illustrators. Of course, Yoshitaka Amano, the one that created the logo for Final Fantasy, the, the first Final Fantasy and the later Final Fantasies. The the work who works as a character designer for the first series and later series as well. You know, and Akira Toriyama, Dragon Ball's creator, Asashi Kishimoto, Naruto creator, and of course the one that created my favorite manga, Tite Kubo, the one that created Bleach, which, and I think I mentioned this before, but if Bleach this didn't exist, I wouldn't be here talking and drawing with you guys. It was Bleach that inspired me to create characters. You know, because especially the manga. When I read the manga, I see the character designs of the bankais and the powers and the fighting. Man, I get addicted. And of course, One Piece too. Ishiro Oda, one amazing character design, amazing manga. One Piece too. The two, the two. I think the big three. Let's be honest, Naruto too. So Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto. I can't deny the huge impact that these three major um, uh, stories had in me, had in my art. Even if I don't draw fan art nowadays, but I start to draw fan art from these medias, from these stories. And but Bleach, guys, Bleach is amazing, guys. And Bleach returned from the hiatus, I think, and currently he started the last arc of the manga are animating, are animated. So it's going to air, I think, the last month or in this month, the next month or this month, the last arc of the 1,000 year blood war. The last arc of the manga, which was not too good, to be honest, on the manga because it was too rushed. For I think because the editors start to to rush with the manga since the Tito Kubo family, the parents of Tito Kubo was kind of ill at the time, and it is to be honest, this is one of the major reasons. That's why the manga feel so rushed, at the end. But I think the animation is doing a great job to fill the gaps of the sport, especially with the fighting. The fightings, and let's be honest, guys, the animation nowadays is amazing. We have a lot of more resources, a lot of more technical resources, technical skills that the artist can use to to upgrade the process. So I see some shots, I see some parts on YouTube and some animated, so it looks beautiful, guys. It's amazing. But I still prefer the traditional thing, the mangas. So yeah, guys. So and I receive in some phases of my life, especially when I was on the high school. this and later when I was in the on my college, the compliment that I interpreted as a compliment, and it was a compliment, and more a compliment. It was a compliment. People that were comparing my work with Tito Kubo work, guys. The characters that I was creating, drawing, at this meantime, and I was so happy about regarding this comparison, and to me it's one of as I said, guys, it's amazing. One of my favorite mangas, one of my favorite authors, and I only have gratitude toward this gentleman, and this gentleman is the creator of this other stories as well. And yeah, guys, so it's amazing, guys. So it was one of the best compliments that someone could give me, was to say that my work looked like Tito Kubo work looked like Bleach. So it was amazing to receive that compliment. I take it as a compliment. It was compliment. To be honest, it was a compliment. It were a compliment. Work was a compliment. And yeah, guys. So yeah. We are reaching 1 hour, and I think I will start to my compliments, it's not compliments. I will start to say goodbye on this video, since I'm getting tired and I need to rest. Not too fancy again, not fancy stuff here. I'm just trying to polish the design that I were that I was that I did as a thumbnail, and then I amplify. I put it on a A5 piece of sheet of paper, as I did since the character design 13 video. And yeah, not fancy stuff here. This one is not something interesting to watch. This part, doing these lines, I can do offline, and then getting back to other more getting back to other intricate design stuff here on the next video. So yeah, guys, so it's time to say goodbye. And yeah, guys, so I hope you guys could get something from this video. Again, not too fancy stuff here. I just want to record something, drawing something, and yeah, here I can put more video here. Yeah, guys, so we're reaching the end of the video, almost 1 hour. So let's say I don't know how to say that in English. Let's say goodbye. So thank you very much, guys, for staying with me here on this video. Again, bear with me if I didn't make too much sense on this video, or any video here, to be honest. Any English video, any video that I try to speak and talk in English. But yeah, guys, I'm doing my best here. I'm with everything that I do here. Not only speaking in English, but drawing, painting. I'm always trying to do my best. If my best is not the best that people are expecting to me, expecting from me. Yeah, that's life. So I can, how can I say that? I can, eu não posso agradar todo mundo. Yeah. So guys, thank you very much for checking this video, checking any video on my channel. Stay safe, be well, keep drawing, keep studying, keep keep developing your skills, keep developing your projects. Stay safe, stay healthy, practice some sort of physical exercises. Don't attach yourself to any negative thoughts or any mediocre thoughts or mediocre person or mediocre mindset. I always try to be better, 1% at a time, every day. Strive to be better, fight to be better in everything that you do. Seek excellence, in everything, guys. If you're putting effort in something and this thing is not coming the way you're expecting, just wait, keep putting the effort, and you will, you'll see the results. Especially regarding drawing, it's a never-ending journey. It's not something that you start today and you will see an immediate result. It's something that takes time, but you need to put the pen on paper. You need to practice every day, every day, 1% at a time, and sometimes feito é melhor que o perfeito. Finish is better than perfect, and yeah, guys, so that's one of the things that I think about that I'm doing these designs. Finish is better than perfect, and I just need to put away from my brain, out of my brain, these ideas, and see if I can generate ideas, still generate ideas for my book, for my characters, and validate to me, to myself, not to other people, that I can produce, the character I can draw, the things that come from my mind, and yeah, sometimes sometimes I can produce good things that I think that are beautiful, that are cool, kind of cool. Sometimes the things that I find cool is not the things that people find cool, awesome, amazing, but yeah, that's life. And sometimes the thing that people find, shit, is things that I like, just like music, but yeah, that's life. We change, we evolve, and at least I always try to be better. I always try to, to upgrade to 1% at a time, every day, and you should do this too, at least in my humble opinion. Yeah, guys, 1 hour. I will finish this video right now. So thank you very much, guys, for checking this video, for staying with me here in this video. Be well, stay safe, protect your family, protect your peace, protect your thoughts, your mentality, develop a purpose for your own life, and stay attached to this purpose, stay disciplined to achieve your purpose. It takes time. It's a never-ending journey. but you need to have a a positive mindset, a humble mindset toward yourself, you know. So at least these are the things that I try to maintain toward myself. That's the kind of mindset, the kind of things that I'm trying to maintain in my mind, in my everyday life. Okay, so this is the final zoom on the character that I work it on this video. Hope you guys can see here. Quite simple character, not fancy stuff. Kind of, you know, a paladin or some sort of magical being, floating being with a big sword. Kind of cliche thing, but it's, you know, thing that I like. You know? I like to produce. I think it's a cool idea. Maybe I can change this later and create another concept. And yeah, guys. So thank you very much for checking this video. Yeah, yes, something that I forgot was to to show you the characters that I did in this meantime since I record the last video about this one. So this is the character design 17, and this one will be the 18. This is the 17 that I worked on the previous video, and these ones here I have 12 drawings that I did in this meantime, and I didn't show you on this video. I should show you now, huh? But I think I will show you on the next video. Let's leave you with this cliffhanger here. And yeah, guys, so again, thank you very much for checking this video, for for staying with me here. Be well, keep drawing, keep studying, keep getting better 1% at a time, okay? And let me switch to Portuguese. I forgot to talk in português. E aí, galera, desculpa aí por não ter falado nada em português antes. Pessoal aí do Brasil, ou de qualquer país aí lusofono, mas sobretudo do Brasil, né? Porque eu falo do Brasil. Espero que esteja todo mundo bem. Esse foi mais um vídeo narrado do canal, tentando mostrar um pouquinho das minhas habilidades de concept art, tentar me aprimorar aqui, tentando evoluir um pouquinho todo dia, 1% de cada vez. Espero que algo aqui que eu falei pode ter sido útil para você. Se não, deixe seu feedback nos comentários. Esse é um personagem aqui que eu estou trabalhando, como eu disse, baseado no thumbnail que eu fiz, como se fosse um estudo de personagem, no meu livro. Eu queria gerar ideias, só gerando ideias. E é isso. Próximo vídeo eu vou continuar, vou tentar refinar um pouco mais, talvez eu adiante mais essas partes mais chatas, de ficar mostrando em vídeo, adiante em offline. Depois eu edite mais eu renderize mais a espada, o cabo da espada, as armaduras e aqui a cabeça. E eu faço algum efeito aqui no fundo, sei lá, vamos ver. Esse é o limite, valeu? Obrigado por você me acompanhar nesse vídeo. Fique com Deus, bons estudos, fique na paz, cuide da sua saúde, pratique exercício físico, beleza? Cuide da sua mente e, sobretudo, continue desenhando, continue se aprimorando 1% todo dia, beleza? Fique com Deus, tchau! Now back to English. Thank you very much, guys. Stay safe, be well. Hope you guys can achieve everything you want in your life, especially if it's legal. But stay safe, guys. Keep drawing, keep studying. See you on the next video. Bye. Goodbye. Bye.